Hey everybody, welcome back to Bizzy TV. My name is Mike, and it's been a long time since we streamed on YouTube. We've actually been over on Twitch streaming the programming component, and we suspended the YouTube channel until now because we're going to reserve YouTube for discussing the business issues and the day-to-day business of the product. And since we didn't have a product until now, we've just been working over on Twitch. But today is an exciting day because we've been programming since probably early November, maybe an hour every couple of days. And we finally gotten to the point where we have something to show our customer. So I have the customer back in the office. She also happens to be my wife, Mindy.
Hello.
And she's going to take a gander at the product and tell us if it works well, doesn't work well, where it needs to be improved, or if it's ready to go live. So the way I generally would like to do this with a customer is I like to actually have them manipulate the controls because I want to see how they interact with the user interface. And I would normally be taking notes separately, but I think for today, let me make a new page. Today we're going to have to swap keyboard a couple of times so that I can take notes here on the stream, and then she can also manipulate the software on the stream. So I'm going to make a page for this. And I'll try to capture her feedback here as we go along as best I can. So I'm going to let her sit. I'm going to swap chairs with you, all right? You sit here and manipulate that. And also, I'm going to be careful as we go along to try not to help her too much because I want to see how she interacts with the software the way a typical end user would be interacting with it, which is, to me, not with the programmer sitting next to them helping them. So I want to see, is it self-explanatory enough for someone to pick up without having help. So, all right, let's swap chairs. So, just FYI, Platinum Hydra is not the name of this product. It's just a code name.
Do you have this set up as Dvorak or regular? I'm not going to be able to type.
Okay, now it's normal. Okay, so let's say that you want to post an event and invite your group members to attend it. So you come to this product and...
Is the front page going to look different than this, or is this what it's going to look like?
What do you think it should look like?
I don't know. At this point, I think I would think I was on the wrong page.
Okay. What would you expect to see first? Like, would you expect to see a page like whatever product name we eventually come up with? Let's say the product name is Platinum Hydra. Would you expect to see a big flashy page that says, "Welcome to Platinum Hydra. Click here to log in and start your organization"? Or would you expect to see... Well, I guess at this point you don't...
As a user, I wouldn't expect to start an organization. I would expect to log in to an organization.
As an end user, but
Right.
you're the group administrator, so...
But I would think you'd see the same thing when you first open it.
Like more like a marketing page for Platinum Hydra, if that's the product name.
I don't really care what it is. I mean, like Sign Up Genius, you go to Sign Up Genius, you log in, you find your event. It's not always easy to find the event, but you can find it by somebody's email address or whatever. But I don't really care if this is organization specific or not, because the idea is if everyone from my organization knows to go there, these are little tiny organizations. They don't need their own special site.
But you have to make the organization somehow. So
right, but what I'm saying is I don't care if I go to a marketing page to begin with versus a specific site as an end user either. if that helps you at all.
Well, so the marketing page is going to come later. I haven't started making that yet.
Okay.
So for right now, we're kind of skipping.
So I'm looking at this just as the person who would be creating the organization at this point.
Right.
Okay.
And we're going to assume that you went to the marketing page for this product and there was some link there that said, create your organization now, click here. This is where it's going to take you next.
I would suggest you also have that link even on other existing organization pages, because somebody who's, logging in for some organization may want to use it for their own.
It has the capability in there already. It's not very obvious, so that's a good point. We should probably make that more obvious within the system.
All right, so you just want me to log in? I assume you want me to use the Google thing because that's the only choice I have.
I'm not helping you.
I would like to log in using, I don't know what.
So eventually we will add other authentication providers in addition to Google, but for right now, that's all we have.
Okay.
Okay, so here click add account because these are both testing accounts. And then I have these two.
I can do it. Thank you.
Whoops, sorry. Messed it up.
I thought you weren't going to help. You're just like the standard IT guy who reaches in and takes over and takes the whole mouse right out of my hand. I can do this just fine. You want to know how I would do it? I would type.
This is what I call helping.
All right, next. Is this automatically what it would do, or did you have this preloaded in there?
This is logging into Google. This is Google's website. So the password's over there. You can copy and paste it if you want, or you can type it by hand. It's kind of a mess.
That's the way you like them, isn't it? Well, I guess I'll have to try to copy it because I'm not getting something right. This is not the password I would set up.
Just let me know if you want my help.
Why did you make such a bizarre password?
It's random.
Is that an H or a B? I can't tell with this line underneath it. Maybe that's the problem.
Here, I'm going to make it bigger.
You just deleted it?
Whoops.
No, I can't do it because it's gone.
I just deleted it. The password is gone.
I'm trying to.
I know why I deleted.
Now I'm trying to type
it's because you're typing while I'm copying and pasting.
That's why you should just let one person run the keyboard. This is a fabulous stream, by the way.
And now we're going to do 30 minutes on logging into Google.
Some people would pick a normal password instead of random things.
So this is not the best experience here.
What would you like me to do now?
This is kind of interesting because this is a Google. We're still at Google here.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting this error from Google. So
well, I would refresh the page because I like to click.
I don't. Your guess is as good as mine at this point.
We don't want to do that.
Yeah, for now, just click done.
Are you allowed to view my email address and my profile? Is that okay?
You tell me.
Well, I don't know what kind of safety you put into this because there's no disclaimers anywhere on your website.
You can gauge our level of security based on our passwords we choose.
Well,
it's like Fort Knox.
That's a Google password. It's not a Platinum Hydra. All it said was, how do you want to log in? It could have been virus download for all I know. Okay. So what should I call this? Do you want me to make one up or should I use one that is real?
You can just, it's up to you. Doesn't matter. Just put Girl Scout Troop or whatever.
Okay. I tried, but it's not doing anything.
I think we've already failed. Possibly we've already failed.
This is why you bring me into test. I can find bugs in everything, whether I want to or not.
Girl Scouts 101. Why is this failing? Just a moment. It may not, it may be the number. No? Oh boy, this is not good.
Can you delete a stream and start again later?
We may need to stop streaming immediately.
Really, he is a great programmer. Don't let this influence your ideas on how to run a business.
Business rule number 1, hire a programmer. Don't
Business
do it
rule
yourself.
101, test your product before you bring in the client.
So it's kind of funny because I actually tested this about 1 billion times. So this shows you something that happens when you program, and that is it works perfectly until you try to show it to somebody.
Yeah, which is why it's always good to have saved sheets backed up somewhere that you can walk them through the theoretical.
Well, that's a good point. So yeah,
Because I've been at meetings before and the internet's not worked, and then you're just stuck. That's outside your control. So
right.
Would you like to just walk me through it? Do you have any slides saved for me?
Nope. I don't want to walk you through it because I want to see how you interact with the user interface.
Well, you can't get anywhere anyhow. So.
All right, so I'm going to let's think about this. I will fix this bug, and if I can fix it in the next 5 or 10 minutes, I will give you a call. I'm going to have you sit in the lobby and enjoy a coffee.
Well, that'll be a pleasant surprise.
While I fix this bug.
Do I have to go make my own coffee?
And then we'll call you. You can make your own coffee, and I'll make. And then I can call you back into this customer meeting.
And I can wash the coffee pot while I'm at it.
Or would it be more impressive for the customer to watch me fix the bug in real time?
No, I will go get a coffee. Thank you.
All right, I'm back in the chair. We're going to fix this bug now. Hopefully this only happens once during the stream. Let's see now. Let's attach the debugger to this. And let's put a breakpoint on home, I believe it is. Create organization, post back. The debugger is not debugging. let's forget that. Cancel out of that. Kind of anticlimactic there. All right, so here's a Bizzy TV leader. That's how Mindy logged in. Create organization, Girl Scouts, and didn't even get to the post back, which tells me there's a validation problem. Although it did load something. Let's put a breakpoint here. So it didn't get to either of these, the post or the get. Oh boy. Okay, let's run Fiddler and see where it's going. So here's something I don't get. We're not hitting either breakpoint here. Let's kill this whole thing. Okay, we hit that breakpoint. Okay, there's that breakpoint. Okay, now I want to see if the view model, I want to see if the validation thinks that the view model is invalid. So let's look at this dot view model, or model state rather. So it says there is an error. Oh, username has an error because it's required. Okay. So the problem is we added the username and made it required, but we don't prompt them for that up front. We're going to auto-populate that. So, okay. So we want the validation there, but we also need a value. So I think a hidden control would solve this best. So let's just go into Views, Home, Create, and then in the form here, we'll just put and now we need to initialize that to something. So let's go back to the controller here. And on the get side, we're going to make a new organization, but we're going to initialize this to a GUID. Actually, that happens down here. We're just going to move this and do it before we render the form. Okay, I think this is going to be cleaner. Compile. Actually, I'm going to test this as myself because I don't want to mess up the data. So I'm going to say create. Now there should be an ID here already in a hidden input field. So let's look for that. Whoops, over here. Okay, here it is. So it's organization username hidden, and okay, so it's saying the username must start with a letter or number, and apparently the value that got auto-generated. Actually, the value is here. Looks like a value didn't get generated. Oh, it's because the model didn't get passed into the view here. Okay, let's check that again. Okay, now there's a value for this. Well, that's the verification token. Here's the value right here for the username, right there. So now that's correct. So test B, create. Say now we're back in business. So let's log off, minimize. Okay, I'm going to get the customer back from the lobby. Hang on 1 second. This is what I call agile programming. Show the customer, run into a show-stopping bug, fix it, show customer again.
All I can say is it's a good thing this thing's free. And I have no programming capabilities and yet a lot of need.
You get what you pay for.
That's right. So I theoretically can use this one now?
Yep, that's yours.
Can I try this again?
Oh,
Oh!
it's getting worse. Okay, go back. The problem is it created the organization in the database, but it looked like it failed last time. So just change
give it
the
a
name.
new name?
Name it something else. Hold on.
Oh, why do you always do this
Hold on.
with this keyboard?
That's Russian.
That's the problem.
There.
It was you, huh?
Oh,
I don't think that was the problem.
this is getting bad to worse. I just did this like 30 seconds ago. It worked fine. Okay. Document client exception resource with specified ID or name already exists. What's different from what I just did and what you're doing now? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to look at it again.
Thank you, sir.
More coffee. Have another coffee, please. I have a friend of mine in sales, and he says before he demonstrates a product, he likes to know exactly what's going to happen when every button is clicked during the demo. I think that's a good lesson to learn because this would not be impressive. Okay, so now why is this not working? This is a very weird error. So it's saying that the resource with the ID already exists, which, what's this one? Oh, crying out loud. That's because I used the same ID for the role as I did for the organization. Why didn't it do that when I just tested it, though? I think that's it. I still really don't want to test this with her account, though, because it's not going to be realistic. I don't want to pre-populate data. So I'm going to switch back to my account. See, there's test B that I just made last time, and it worked fine. Test C. Seems to be worse than I thought. All right. Create organization. saying the organization already was created. Let's run the debugger here. Oh, wait a minute. I think I see it. It's because the ID, we didn't initialize the ID here. And again, I don't know how this worked last time. Oh, because ID null. So what it did is since we didn't initialize this, it used a GUID of all zeros probably, which worked once. And now we're trying to make another organization, and it's again using a GUID of all zeros, but now that ID of all zeros exists already, so it can't make a second one. See here, that's the problem. So now the only thing is that the GUID we're making here is not going to be the same as the GUID. Let's do this. Yeah. I don't remember what's in this view model. Well, it doesn't need to be the same, so we'll just do it that way. Boy, I hope the rest of the demo goes a little smoother than the beginning. Okay, I'm going to make test D, and it should not have a null ID. Okay, so that worked. And now let's check the Data Explorer. And let's look here at the organizations. Okay, test D has a non-null ID. It has a role with its own ID. And everything is happy. So let's get the customer again. So 1 second, guys. Okay, we had to lock the doors to prevent the customer from walking away and demanding her money back.
Now, if it doesn't work this time, can I just start playing another podcast over the microphone? Got some good ones. I feel like I'm a pro now at getting to create my organization.
You're very good at logging in.
Once I got past that password, it was smooth sailing. So now I need a new name?
No, same name should work.
Oh, you and your keyboard. let's just pick that one then.
Okay.
Okay. That's all I had to do to create it. Be nice if you had a little calendar and or whatever drop down here,
Okay.
because I don't know what date next Wednesday is.
We'll put that on the to-do. It's a good point.
I don't even know what today's date is. Anyway, we'll just say it's February 1st. That's probably not right. And is there any kind of spacing that's required for the time here?
Can't help you.
Clearly. Now, what if I wanted to copy this event 10 times? Is there a way to do that?
No.
Could there be?
There could be. That wasn't in our minimum viable product definition, though.
Well,
But it's good feedback.
you
We'll put it
did-
on the to-do.
you did want me to try this out. You're going to
So,
get a lot more
click-
direct.
Let's put a couple notes. Click on this and let's type in the two that we thought of: a date and time selector. I'm having the customer take notes for me. It's easier. And then hit enter and put in copying events. Okay. I think I see a problem coming up, but I'm curious if you point it out.
How do I put in who it's going to? Now, who am I sending it to?
Can't help you.
Well, I mean, my question is, there's no, like, it just sent to who? Event attendees, but there are no event attendees. So that's random. And what if I want it to go to all of the people who haven't signed up? To remind them that there is a meeting in case they're not looking at their signups.
So the bigger problem, I guess, is now that you've created this meeting, what next?
Yeah,
'Cause you need
there's
to
nowhere for me to go from this page either. It's not like make another event or back to home or anything.
Well, there is a nav bar across the top,
Well, but that's,
it's maybe not as obvious as it
you
could
had
be.
like next event button right here. That would be nice, whatever.
Like create another event.
Right. Do you need me to make you another note?
Yeah. Put in, let's say, create another event button. And then after creating an event, where do you go next? Because you need to communicate the event out to your group members.
Right.
And so you're going to need like an invitation button, or what would you like? How would you like to
An
communicate?
invitation button would be good. Something that specifies whether it's an invitation or an email to your attendees, because those might be two very different things, right? You have people who signed up and you want to relay something to them, but maybe you want to send a message to all of your folks, like, remember there's this meeting. Maybe this isn't the place you do that from, but I have yet to see where that would
Okay,
be.
well, there is a, well, so two things. First of all, at this point in the sequence, no one belongs to your organization, right? So
Correct.
you can't really send an email to all your group members because they don't belong to the group yet. So therefore, you have to have another way to communicate to them. So like an invite button would be an option, or if we gave you a URL that you could email out via your own email.
That would be good.
But is that too advanced, do you think, for
No.
most people?
No. Especially not if it says something like, if you want to email this to people, here's a link. You know, just copy and paste a link.
Mm-hmm.
But as an individual right now, I go back to this? How do I get out of this? I don't even know how to make another. Go to home. So now I can make another event. Like, see, I would like something to do on here to do snack signups for all the future meetings so that I don't have to use Sign Up Genius in addition to this. So even if I do it in here, it would be great if I could put, if I have to copy it, then a copy event, or just an opportunity to put several time dates in.
So
I would use this as an all-purpose thing. Announcing meetings, getting sign-ups for snacks, getting, you know, sign-ups for overnight trips, sign-ups for...
But the snacks are at the meeting, so the snacks are part of the meeting you just made, right?
No.
Snacks are totally
We
different.
have a parent bring a snack for each meeting.
Okay.
One person brings it. That person does not attend the meeting. They just bring the snack, drop it off, head out the door.
Okay. So
I mean, I guess it could be under the meeting, but then there has to be a separate slot for snack. So I know who's bringing the snack.
Okay. I'll think about that one.
Okay, so then I'll put that here so that you remember it. Then if I don't want an end time because it doesn't matter, they're just dropping it off. Can I just leave that blank? No. Then I'd go here and make another one. So what do these look like then? It's just a list by time. and date. Okay. Now, how do I add people? Can I add people, or do they have to add themselves?
Currently, they have to navigate to your organization and register.
Okay. All right. What else do you want me to try then?
So now we want to pretend like you're going to ask your members to come here and sign up for something. So what would that look like for them? And how would you do that? I'm predicting that there's another point of confusion here.
What do you want me to do?
So how would you communicate the existence of this site out to your members so that
I
they
would
can
probably just copy this and send them an email.
Okay, good. That's what you should do. But I think this is not obvious, so I need to think about.
Well, it's also not easy. It would be nicer if you had, again, like an invite button.
Right. Yep. Can you make a note on the notes? So an invite button to join the organization. So let's grab that link up there and stick it in the notes for a moment because we're going to need it in a second.
I don't know how to make your mouse copy. This is a challenge.
The right button, the bottom button.
That's what I'm hitting. Help me. Oh, it doesn't say copy. Mine has a little copy word that comes up in there. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to log out.
There's also nowhere for me to put my information in.
We got it from Google.
But as a person, well, maybe once you show me how people are going to log in, I need to see their information.
Yeah, we'll get, that'll be next. So let's say that you just received this link in your email. Now you're a member of the organization
Right.
this time, and you have a different username and password over here. Oh boy, hang on.
Your password, protected password.
Okay, so here's the new password here,
Okay.
and now this
That's
email
my
address.
person. Okay.
So coming back over here, so you just got this link in
Yeah,
email that
okay.
says go here and sign up. Now, this is a Google thing. I don't know what Google's doing here. Something's messed up on Google's side. Okay, now. Okay.
Now, why before did it ask me to create an event, and this time it didn't? I did everything else the same. Just put in that web address to start.
So
Is that why?
remember, it didn't ask you to create an event last time. What did it asked you to create an organization?
Right.
But
And
now,
so since this had a link, it's not asking me that?
right, it already knows what organization.
Okay. All right. So now if I want to sign up to bring the snack. Okay. And I'm going to sign up for this. Now, it would be nice if I could put a little note here like, I can help drive. since we're carpooling.
Okay, so while they're signing up, prompt them to
If they have a comment.
provide a comment. Okay.
Or if they say, like, can only stay till 9 o'clock that night or whatever. Now, where's this thing here? Okay. All right. No, I don't want to bring the snack anymore. Is this going to email me that they canceled it?
Actually, it's popping. If you hit the down arrow in the toolbar and go to that square icon over there, the bottom right. Yep. This is the email that it sent. Scroll to the bottom. It's the last one. That's the cancel.
But does it send the leader an email that someone signed up? Or no?
Not currently. Should it?
I don't know. It
'Cause
gets
if
to
you-
be a lot of emails.
Imagine you
But
have...
if somebody cancels it that day, it's kind of nice to know. I would rather not get an email from everybody who signs up, but
maybe everyone who cancels.
maybe that, or maybe when someone cancels, or maybe there's like an option on the administrative side, like, do you want an email for this event? That way, or if someone cancels for this event, that way you only have to click it if it's something that might be time critical. Or is that too difficult?
Well, it's not difficult, but we have to weigh the complexity that it adds versus the utility. So if I can just send an email when people cancel and that achieves
That's probably
the
fine.
goal, then that is simpler.
Okay. Okay. So now, if I'm me, being this person, and I go back in and I look at this one, it tells me who signed up, but I have no contact information about that person.
Where would you like to see that, or how would you interact with the contact information?
I think it would be nice to have, well, okay, so here's, like, on this roster, if I click them, their information comes up. Like a phone number or something.
Okay.
Or, like if they put in some strange name because this is their email address, but it's not their name. Does it pull their name off of their Google account? Or
everything you see there comes from Google. So I need to research if Google sends your name, first name, last name, and email address, but I don't know about phone numbers and addresses. Okay. I'll have to look into that. Can you make a note that you'd like to see?
I think that would suffice. All right. What else you want to show me about this? Is there some feature I'm not seeing yet?
Nope, that's the minimum viable product. So in general, or are you expecting it to do? What else should it do to make your life as a leader simpler in your group?
It would be nice, I guess it's not a necessity, but it would be nice if the upcoming events could be broken into categories like snacks, sign-ups, meetings, sign-ups, field trips, sign-ups. Though I guess it's not 100% necessary. So that, like, I don't necessarily need people to sign up for the meetings, but they're getting the information. But, like, the field trips they do need to sign up for so that we know who's going, because it's not just a standard thing.
So here it's all in one big chronological list.
Right.
If we broke it into categories, then it would no longer be
Chronological.
just chronological. You would have to
Yeah.
identify the category first.
Yeah. I'll have to think about that one because it depends on the organization. So now I could add another organization here. Like, can I just put the day or do I have to put the time? So, like, for this one, I need to know what people are bringing. So the comment part would be very helpful. Or roles, if you're bringing food or bringing supplies or what you're bringing. Again, I feel like I'm kind of indicating some of Sign Up Genius stuff, but I'm really thinking that if we got them to use this, the whole hope would be to not have to use Sign Up Genius also.
Right.
Because then you're getting stuff from different directions
again. This is
again.
intended to be a Sign Up Genius replacement.
Right. Well, Sign Up Genius does all of those things. It's pretty...
Roles or comment fields.
Right. You can copy events. You can do those things. So...
Can you make a note on that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what would be better, a comment field or roles or both?
It has both. So, like, what I did for this party, when I did the Sign Up Genius thing for it, is I put in food and drink, 3 people, and then there's a comment line where they can write what they're bringing. And then I put in party supplies, and there are 2 people. And there's, like napkins, 1 person. And they all have comment fields, but really the food people are the primary ones who put, like, I'll bring a sweet. I'll bring water and fruit, whatever. And that way,
when you create the event, you would want to list
the
different roles and how many people you need for each.
Yeah.
And then they select, when they sign up, which role.
Right. Or, I mean, like for the knitting clinic that we did for Girl Scouts, they needed to know what grade the kids were in and whether they were, helping or learning. And who their chaperone was. So they specified, like, in the comment field, indicate this information so that, we have it somewhere. But that wasn't limited. I guess you could put like 200 people if you wanted to allow as many people to sign up as were going to sign up. But it didn't really need different roles, but it did need the comment information. I think it might have had roles for instructors or whatever, but like for the Girl Scout daddy-daughter event, it would be nice to just have people be able to sign up so I know who's coming. And that way, if I didn't get their information, I know it got lost somewhere or whatever. But that could be this, just in as many people want to sign up can. So you don't always need roles, but sometimes you do. Like think of the Pinewood Derby. They kind of need to know who's coming to be a timer, who's bringing food, who's bringing what.
Mm-hmm.
But they also just need to know how many kids are coming to race cars. So now if I was random user, and I get this, it doesn't give me the other organizations because I didn't have a link, right?
Right.
That's fine. I mean, I think that's a general starting point. I think that would be helpful. If it's okay with you, I will send something like this to Kristen to get her feedback too, since she would also be using it.
Well, let's get through the initial feedback that you've given me already.
That's fine.
And then let's have a look at it.
So let me ask this. If I'm another administrator, can I also post to this? I think that was in one of my
That was on
pieces.
our future. That was on our future capabilities.
Oh, so I'm a poorly prepared customer in that I did not bring my list with me, so I have to go off of what you tell me was on my list.
We actually have been talking about that, and I've implemented future support for it in the way the data is architected.
Okay.
But the features are not yet there for that.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I could create about 10 more organizations on here.
All right. So let's, one more thing before we're done. Let's minimize this guy. And I just real quick want to show you, this is what it looks like on a phone, because it was very important to me to make this suitable for a desktop.
That's a giant phone.
It's a Nexus 6P. We can select an iPhone. There's an iPhone 6.
It's still bigger than my phone, but okay.
That's because of the screen, the size of the monitor.
Okay.
So try to manipulate it on the phone and see. I mean, it's same sort of. You'll have to go to. It's logged in as me. Yep.
Oh, it doesn't really log you out.
Yeah, Google is not.
Can I just look at one of these? Do you have anything in them?
Let's make a note real quick to fix the log out so it really logs you out. Okay. Oops, it's one of those Chrome icons at the top. Yep. Yeah, you can go into one of those. Those are just test.
Is there one that has an event in it?
I think so. Go to, you can just click Platinum Hydra to go home at the top. I guess I shouldn't have told you that.
Well, it's not doing anything. I did click it. It's just...
Okay, so you need a, okay, so.
So you're logged in as a administrator for this?
Mm-hmm.
What would somebody see if they weren't an administrator? Just none of this part?
Right, exactly.
I assume your people listening can see me doing this
Yeah.
with the mouse. Okay. All right. I hope there are people listening.
Many.
All right.
So the idea here being that you can move between your laptop and your phone and have the same capability within the system.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, that's all I've got. Couple of bugs, couple of features.
I got to create an organization,
Got to
so
make an
that was
organization.
plus. Now I have to go finish my coffee.
Yep.
Thank you for all your hard work and dedication.
Thank you. You're one of our best customers so far. I will say you are the best customer on this product so far. Well, guys, that's about it for today. So we demonstrated the product, went through, found a couple of bugs right off the bat, identified a few areas of improvement. I don't think there's anything super difficult here. Kind of a few long-term things regarding the roles and multiple leaders of an organization. That's for a little bit longer term. There's a few things I think we can knock out pretty quickly over the next week or two. And then we'll bring Mindy back in to check it out a second time. And then we'll probably get it deployed out to Azure so that she can start using it with her groups. And you guys can start using it as well and let me know what you think. So thanks for watching. If you want to follow this business as we go along, be sure to subscribe or follow here on YouTube. Be sure to check out our Twitch channel where we do the live streaming of the programming about every day or so for an hour or two. And if you really want to support us, check out our Patreon page at the link below and sign up to support us that way. So appreciate your time. Thanks for dropping by. Have a great day. See ya.